Hi folks, I've just been cracking on with a batch of Empress miniatures. These are the Zulu War again, the British. Really happy with how these are turning out. It's been a bit of a brutal couple of weeks and I have been messing around with painting other things, but these have been the ongoing project really. Yesterday I went in with a highlight of flat red. Sorry, you can't even see anything yet. So I bought this recently and tried it out as a highlight on the red coats, on their tunics. Let me show you how that's turned out. So I've just dry brushed their bases as well. And hopefully you can see that it's taking the sort of richness out of the colour, which is something that we do want for a faded out tunic for the Zulu War. They were looking too red. I know that it sounds a bit odd, but hopefully that makes sense, and they're turning out very nicely, I must say. So I'll just show you a couple of my favourites. This guy's had the gunmetal as well on him. So I've gone in with black grey for gunmetal, and I'm going to highlight the barrel of the gun with probably a little bit of light grey into the original black grey by Vallejo. I should start saying by Vallejo now. All of my paints are going to be by Vallejo because I just really like them. I haven't gone in with the insignia on all the sergeants and sergeant majors. All the chevrons are yellow. So I've base coated those with white ready for the yellow. Don't think I'll go in with flat yellow. I think I'll go with like a sandy colour as a base coat with a very fine brush, and then do like gradual layers because yellow can be quite difficult to paint, and not even finish with a flat yellow, more of a well, a flat yellow could be in it but mixed in with an Iraqi sand. He's one of my favourites. He's colour Sergeant Bourne. If you notice on the base there, he's had a dry brush all over the boots and the bottom of the trousers as well. I think that just helps blend in the figure to the base, as someone else said. I read that in an article somewhere. So yeah, really happy with these guys. So yeah, I'd do that dry brushing even on their knees if they're down on the floor. You know, you want to imitate all the dust and earth gathering on their shoes and trousers. Again, really happy with these Empress miniatures. I'd show all of them to you if I could. Really happy with them. What was I going to say? Well, I've made the video as an update, but also to show you how to make a wash from scratch. So this is what I've just used on the helmets that were base coated with Iraqi sand. I used on those. This time they also had a base coat of Khaki, Vallejo Khaki, but this isn't strictly necessary. I would probably do it if they had a black undercoat, but these just had white, so it wasn't strictly necessary. But that's how the wash turns out after it's dried. On the helmet you can notice that. On the rest of the body they've just had soft tone and dark tone on the blue trousers. But I'm going to probably have a transition to these homemade washes, and so say now if I was doing these figures again, let's just take a figure as an example, I would have gone in with a Winsor & Newton homemade black wash. So I need to pick up a tube of the a black acrylic tube, and then I'll show you the combination of the wash now, and that would have gone on the trousers, and this brown one that you've just seen would have gone everywhere else basically. I think it does the trick for skin, any browns, any other colours. The black wash I'd tend to go on metallic areas, blue, you know, all of that. There's a bit of colour theory involved. Maybe I'll make a video explaining that a little bit. It's easy when you know how, but it's more of an instinct thing which one to use. Really happy with these figures. They're not far off being finished now. And last of all, they'll have a matte varnish, because you can just see the gloss coming through on the trousers. And the matte varnish will help seal in all the highlighting that I've done recently. They did have a gloss though. I do like to give them a gloss coat to protect the, well, primer and the base coat really, because any scratching that you do without a gloss coat, I find it does leave a nasty, well, you know, it can be easily scratched without that. This is the flag bearer that I've done. It's not finished yet. You can see the paint is rubbed away on his beard because I have to go in with a drill to do his hand. The flag's not, it's correct in that it's the 24th foot, but I've had to make it myself from flags I was able to get online. And I've messed up with sticking it together because I went in with super glue and some PVA. It was a bit of a botched job, I must say. And that's the reduct conversion. So what I was going to suggest you do, guys, for the homemade washes is get a bottle of this. It doesn't even fit in the frame, but it's just Listerine original mouthwash, no flavour, and you buy that and use that for the alcohol content. It helps break the surface tension of the wash. So other people would use something like isopropyl alcohol. I'm sure that will do the job very nicely. The expensive equivalent of that is Flow Improver. Yeah, that would do the trick. But something like this, I've just tried it and there's nothing wrong with it, so I don't see why you need to get the fancy stuff. Just go to Savers and buy a bottle of mouthwash that has alcohol in it. This one's the least sort of, this is their original one, the yellow one, so, and I think they sell it in the US as well, if any of you guys are watching from the US. So that's it, folks. I'm really happy with the progress on those. I actually did want to make the video just on the wash, really. Again, this is the paint that I used. Galeria Burnt Umber. It's not focusing very well, sorry, because of lighting and various things. Focus for me. There we go. And again, it turns out to a really nice wash. So hopefully you can go away and use that. The lumpy bits do melt away with a bit of, I just think it makes for a lovely wash. And you can make it as heavy as you want, or you can make more of a soft tone wash. It's all about playing around with the ratios. It's much cheaper than buying little pots of Agrax Earthshade or the Army Painter ones. And it works out a treat, it really does. Like the effects I've managed to get on these helmets, I'm really happy with it. It doesn't detract from it at all, I don't think. Just gives it a really nice stain. So I'm happy to leave that on the helmet. If I'd done it on the tunics, I would have just used it as a normal wash, and then I will have highlighted from that, leaving it in the recesses. So yeah, that's it, folks. Two things to remember from that. That's the combination for the wash. Yeah, a little bit of mouthwash helps break the surface tension of the wash, otherwise it can be very patchy. You do it from acrylic tubes, so you can get those in your local crafts and painting stores and things. And I'd suggest going for burnt umber for brown, and then the black, I think it's called Mars Black, but I haven't picked up that yet and experimented with it. And with dry brushing, try and dry brush the shoes and the bottom of the trousers as well, just to blend figures into the bases. Okay, that's it for now, folks. I hope you found that helpful, and please ask if there's any questions. Okay, goodbye, ta-da.